everyone, how you doing today or tonight, depending on time zone. Welcome back. This is Lewis, back for another World of Warships Legends video. What we've got right now is Azulane Hipper with two different setups for how I like to play. The difference between the two setups is occasionally I'll switch to Ignite instead of full speed ahead. But otherwise, inspirations wise, Charles Madden for Traverse and Reload, Gonichi Makar for Concealment. Skills wise, Ingenious, Vice Defense, Fixated and Refill Station are ones I stick with. But like I said, the other ones I re-switch between from time to time are Igniter and Full Speed Ahead. Anyway, swiftly moving on. So yeah, otherwise for this video we've got a couple of replays. One with the KMS Admiral Hipper with the Azulane Hipper skin. On this match I pulled almost 178,000 credits, over 3,000 ship and commander XP, a little over 150 global XP, almost 49,000 damage, bunch of shells on target, torpedoes, 2 sunk, and dreadnought medal. So let's see how that occurred. So here's the hip of the Azulane skin, and as always, yep, just go straight to business. Same as I'll do this in advance. So yeah, as always, if you have a Twitch account, you'll find me streaming live on Twitch throughout the week. Quite often, usually World of Warships Legends, and occasionally other games. But otherwise, you'll find me live throughout the week on twitch.tv/r_Lewis_88. So on the Trident map, on the Domination match, and of course, straight away off the bat was just say on the radio, right, everyone just go for Alpha and Charlie, just don't go to Nero if you can help it. Because at tier 7, tier 6, 7 legendary, I generally don't suggest going into middle, unless you think you can get away with it. So of course, for now, just decided, for now, died high explosive, arm piercing, and I started to myself, let's stay the arm piercing for now. But yeah, to put it bluntly, for this particular match with the Hipper, yeah, for me it came down to the wire, and obviously, don't forget I did walk over Dreadnought medal in this round, so yeah, very close to not making it to the end of the match. Oh, no, there's a Megami and a Champagne. And we've also got an enemy Nagato over there. So we have a Cleveland. Yeah, one of those. And of course, yep, going high explosive spam, so I'll respond with some high explosive of my own. Just give a taste of his own medicine. And there's the enemy's Vorkelin. So of course, I don't even hesitate, I'll just unload the high explosive. And ask for some help. Even my secondaries are getting in on the action. Of course, destroy versus high explosive never works out too well for them. Like so. Au revoir, Frenchie. Right, so that destroyer's been dealt with very quickly, which leaves me free to focus on the Cleveland and try to get behind island cover. And of course, a few of these ships off to my starboard side will be taking a few chunks out of me while I make my way over there. Oh, they would be if they was actually paying attention. I don't think the Benson was anyone paying attention at this point. I don't really have time to sit around and stare at the Benson, so I'll get out of the way for the out of open water and into cover. Of course, someone's asking me to get back, and I'm like, hell no, I'm pushing, and that's that, basically. Right, now I managed to catch up to this Cleveland. And needless to say, yeah, he needs to be deleted now. So of course I'll get the torps ready. Yep, so torpedoes away. And more torpedoes in the water. This Cleveland is not walking out of this fight alive. Take that, you irritating bugger. Come back with proper ship next time. As you can probably tell, really don't like high explosive spam. But now Cleveland's out of the way, that makes things a bit easier for the rest of our team. And of course, I'm trying to get an indicator to say, yeah, go to capture point Bravo. But where there's a friendly battleship in the direct line, I can't do it. Yeah, it does get kind of annoying sometimes when you say something, but it says go help this battleship or whatever. When you actually, what's happened is, okay guys, give capturing that point a go. Yeah, that would be nice if that was fixed. Anyway, let's crack on. So we've taken Alpha and Charlie capture points already. Well, they're contesting Charlie by the looks of it now. But yeah, me obviously taking out Cleveland and one of their destroyers has made things way easier for our team. However, at this point, I'm obviously out of repair kits already, so I'm going to be relatively careful. Of course, this is me we're talking about. Yeah, I don't really do careful in a cruiser. I really like to play aggressively. Now for us, high explosive at the Jervis. And of course it burns out before my shells even get anywhere close. I would have granted they'd have landed behind the Jervis anyway, so yeah. So yeah, the enemy team's already lost 7 ships and we've only lost 2. I must say that's a very good trading stand. Yeah, very good trading there. So down to Benson and Champagne. Ooh, torpedoes. Luckily I hit the brakes enough to not get completely sunk. But that's brought it down to almost 400 health points remaining. Of course, ask for help for going to that smoke screen. And luckily that destroyer's like, yep, I gotcha. So destroyer goes pushing into that smoke screen with me. And the enemy team's just lost their Champagne, so they're just down to that Benson. So at this point it's a case of who spots who first. But if I hadn't hit the brakes earlier, yeah, I'd have been hit by 2 torps and I'd have been dead. Luckily I was able to hit the brakes just in time so I get hit by 1 torpedo and stop flooding immediately. And of course I point the cursor at Alpha and just say, okay guys, let's push over here, see if we can spot a destroyer essentially. Megami's saying get back and I'm like, no. So then they've got a destroyer running around, so someone's got to deal with it, and there's the Benson. Very trigger happy Benson to say the least, trying their level best to sink me, but thankfully they do not succeed. So after all, remember, I pulled a dreadnought here, which means I actually stayed alive till the end of the match. So that Benson's desperately trying not to get sunk, but when they're too trigger happy and staying perma spotted, it's a matter of time before a few lucky shells hit them and send it to Davy Jones's locker. Yeah, so that's the Hannibal Hipper replay. Yeah, so our player did okay this match, I guess. At least I walked out a Dreadnought medal. Did made a bit more campaign progress from the other day because this was recorded the other week. I can't complain too much. Anyway, next match. So here we have a post-match results screen for the Siegfried with 95,000 damage, just over 245,000 credits, 4,400 ship and commander XP, and over 220 global XP. Yeah, shells on target, plane shot down, incapacitations, 4 sinkings, 1 fire started, 3 citadel hits, because Siegfried could actually do it quite well, and a bunch of defended flag ribbons. So without any further ado, gameplay time. Here we are, so match time with Siegfried. And of course, straight off the bat, Jones pointing to Alpha and Charlie capture points, saying capture here and here. Now just get away from the middle, as always. And of course, I already got the engines full ahead. And what I'm going to do as soon as we start is make my way to the northeastern corner of the map. And straight away, as Z35 doesn't hesitate, they just get straight to business and head straight to capture point Charlie, which works out just fine for me. And straight away, we've already spotted the USS Georgia, Tier 7 campaign battleship from the current campaign, or previous campaign, depending when you watch this. It's that time of recording and uploading this. Later on, update will to be dropping, and then we start a new campaign for the German destroyer ZF6. So there's that. So I've already been spotted by an enemy destroyer. I do ask the destroyer to drop a smoke screen, but they just don't do it, so I think, okay, I better get out of the way, because I do not want that Georgia pointing their guns at me and firing, that's for damn sure. And of course, there's Z35B. Yep, now they're contesting the capture point. Good, good, good. And, there's the enemy's destroyer, the tier 5, tier 6 German destroyer, the Mars. I think it's a tier 6. I know it's Z23 is a tier 7. Yep, I'm going to start firing and incapacitate something on the Mars. And then it promptly disappears, but I still fire a few random shots just in case I happen to get a lucky hit here and there. Although, granted, I do miss that salvo, but better than not doing anything whatsoever, that's for sure. So, of course, at this point, I'm ready, obviously, getting the arm piercing ready loaded and so on, which should then give me something of a chance to take on the Georgia. So, of course, the enemy's Mars has given up on trying to take capture point Charlie, leaving that Z35 completely free to finish the job on capping it. Oh, there it is again. Oh, there it was. And Yukikaze just sank one of our ships, the Jervis. And oops, accidentally beached myself because I wasn't paying attention for just then. So I don't panic. Just do a little bit of reversing, turn just enough, go back into full speed ahead, and just go around. Yep, so I think that's pretty much my only derp moment for this match. Of course, there's the enemy's Georgia. I'll take a pot shot, just in case I get at least one decent hit or two. And 2 pens, yeah, that's a decent enough shot, I guess. So of course I send a few more shells over, just in case I can do some more damage. But I'm also turning to port to go around this island instead of going after the Georgia. Georgia just sunk our Odin. However, Odin just sunk our Bismarck via flesh wound mechanics. So of course I'll highlight the Bravo capture point, see if we can get some of our teams to get in there. And I'll see... Oh, there's an Otago over there. Definitely another cruiser you don't want running around too long, because the thing they do well is emphasis on the running around part, because, yeah, Otago is a fast, heavy cruiser. And, yeah, if you give the Otago long enough to run around, yeah, they can do some very insane stuff. And of course, I'll fire a few shells just in case I get lucky. Of course, the Otago's going to get sunk before my shells even get over there. But, like I said, better than doing nothing. Oh, and that mast has returned from earlier. And of course, my gun's reloaded, and the mast has just disappeared again. But, as I will still take a few shots anyway, just in case I do get an overpen or a pen. We'll just hit the damn thing at least. Oh, there it is again. Of course, there's so many of us just constantly unloading on that mast. They just do not even want to come close to us at this point. They're like, yep, I'm not going over there. Which, to be totally honest, is absolutely fine. The rest of my team. Oh, there's a Georgia again. Is that the same one from earlier or another one? I didn't really look at all that much, but still, without any further ado, I've got the arm piercing ready. Let's start firing. And just get 1 pen out of 6 shells. Someone's launched talks at the Georgia. And of course, I'm not relenting on my firing. I'm just going to keep firing at Georgia. And completely missing that time. But no big deal, no big deal. So those people on the team, including myself, are just firing at something. At least we're doing something. That's the main thing. That's the most important thing. There's a Georgia. And I think this finishes the job. Yep, 2 pens and, yep, Georgia's been sunk. And there's the other Georgia. Of course, I'll line my shells up, ready to go. Just take a rough guesstimate of where to aim. Of course, Monarch burns the Georgia down before my shells get over there. Oh well, no biggie, no biggie. However, what we do have next is Vladivostok making a very, very big mistake. A big no-no in a Russian battleship, and that's presenting a broadside to your enemy. Well, as a general fun, that's a big no-no anyway, but it's even worse with Russian battleships, because they've got very strong bows from head on. You catch their broadside, they'll pay for it. Big time. Yeah, I think that Vladivostok was so fixated on pushing to the alpha capture point and didn't even look in my direction. Which was totally fine by me. So of course, my main guns are ready to go again. I just need to wait long enough for that Vladivostok to jump out from behind that island so I can start firing again. And of course, there's that Muss again. And a Bismarck. I think to myself, for now, okay, just focus on the Vladivostok for now, get him away from the capture point. I'll sink it myself. Of course, I don't fire instantly, because obviously there's a chance that my shells will hit the rocks instead of the actual ship. So that looks pretty good, so of course, take a shot. And take out a little chunk of the Vladivostok. And of course, I'll turn to port to bring our rear turret into action, because that's already loaded. Fire again, and it finishes the job. all they're down to is the Mars, Bismarck, and Shikaku. Yeah, might as well say this now. Yeah, so like I said earlier, if you have a Twitch account, you find me on twitch.tv/r_lewis_88. And of course, as always, if you've enjoyed this video and any of my other videos to date, yeah, do consider nudging the subscribe button and ringing that notification bell. Give the video a like if you enjoyed it, of course, and so on. And yeah, I'll definitely make a mental note to try and maintain a somewhat weekly upload of warships videos. So yeah, that master's just been dealt with, which leaves me free to do pretty much whatever I please at this point. Oh, a shatter on the Bismarck. Yes, I need to push a bit closer. And of course, I think Shikaku does, of course, send, yeah, Shikaku, of course, does send a few planes in my direction, with very minimal effect. Yeah, the Shikaku may as well not bothered, to be totally honest. And of course, rather than prioritising me as a threat, yeah, our Shikaku's more interested in sinking our battleships instead. Of course, that is a mistake that the Shikaku will be regretting very shortly. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that Bismarck was launching high explosive shells at me instead of arm piercing. Because if that had been arm piercing, that would have hurt lots more. So yeah, the Siegfried can withstand up to 356mm or 14-inch arm piercing shells. Anything bigger than that will go straight through the bell. But I don't think this Bismarck player got the memo on that one somehow. Oh, so yeah, there's the enemy Shikaku. So of course that's the Bismarck dealt with. What's remaining is the enemy's Shikaku. Of course, I highlight the grid square and say I need intelligence, so we can get our carrier to send some planes in that direction. Although in a moment that won't be necessary because carriers, automated catapult fighters are always a very big giveaway of where to look. Yep, catapult fighter squadron off to my starboard side. Like I said, a very big giveaway, gives me a big indication of where to look. And there she is. So of course I'm just a little too high intentionally, just see if I get hit the citadel or if it's go pen or just over pen. I know it's okay, pens and over pens. I better aim just a little bit lower at the waterline, which turned out to be a very smart idea. Just have to wait patiently for the reload, and voila. So there goes a nice big chunk of health there. Of course, main guns are loaded, and that's Jenga. So as I said, if you enjoyed the video, obviously, subscribe button, give that a nudge, ring that notification bell, and of course, if you have a Twitch account, jump over to Twitch and follow me on there as well, turn notifications on there as well. And you'll catch me on warships on Twitch and so on and so forth. Like I said, and thanks for taking time to watch this video, and I shall catch you all next time.